He can't be transparent. He can't tell you everything. I can. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one. I'm not your man. So I can tell y'all what it really is. I can tell you how that decision's made from his perspective. He's looking at it like shit. It's just a couple of seconds ahead. I ain't finna fuck her. I ain't finna risk getting her pregnant. I'm not finna take her out on no dates. I'm not finna do nothing that's gonna really jeopardize or put me in a position to get caught up. And that's how he end up unzipping his pants and letting her suck his dick. Especially if he been drinking or smoking or doing some other shit. Dancing with her. You know what I'm saying? Like when you put the real goggles of what the male experience is like on, it makes sense how men. Yeah, he may regret it right after he nut. He may be driving home feeling fucked up, like he fucked up. But he's like, well, shit, I've done all these things to safeguard that it's not going to have a negative impact on my life or my relationship. That's how he can block it out and not think of nothing about it and not impact him. He's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so those are the type of situations that, you know, never really get explained. Because, you know, once the idea of a man cheating gets caught up, women respond just to the topic in itself. And it's real hard to have real dialogue. Like, I'm pretty sure when I go back and read the comments, there are going to be a whole bunch of comments on the shit that I've been seeing. Fortunately, I can't read the shit while I'm talking. So I'm not being interrupted. I'm not having a woman, cheating is never right. I'm not being interrupted by some shit that we already know already. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dealing with the typical female, the female cliche. I bet every comment that I read will be something that I've already heard a million times. So when I'm giving the male perspective, y'all never get this. Y'all, a lot of the things that the assumptions y'all make about what it's like for a man. He cheated just because he wanted to cheat. Like, that's the type of dumb shit that chicks will say. A cheater just cheated because he wanted to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that sounds so fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about how a murderer just murders because they wants to murder. Like, that's not really complex thinking at all. That's pretty elementary logic. That's not how shit really work in real life. People cheat for a variety of reasons, and when they get put in those positions where they have to make the type of decisions on whether you gonna go home or continue to get the enjoyment or benefit of a situation, sometimes you get in a situation and it progresses further than you expected. You didn't expect the motherfucker to kiss you. You didn't expect them to grab you. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that happens. There are a lot of situations where a guy will end up fucking a chick and be totally shocked. You'll be like, man, I couldn't believe I was fucking her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens all the time. That's why it's not really a bad idea for guys to learn how to get in a position to shoot their shot. You're going to miss some. But if you can dribble good enough to get to the 3-point line, to get your body squared up where you balance, where you got the ball comfortably, where there's separation between you and your defender, you got a much better chance of making the shot than just a motherfucker throwing the ball up. That's the difference. That's how men are with dating. They're skilled enough to get themselves in their positions where they make the most shots. If you make the most shots from the left side, right by the free throw line, then your dating strategy should be, let me make my moves and get to my spot. That's what men do when it comes to dating. Some dudes can make lots of different shots from different places. They're better players than other guys. But even if you're not that good, there are a couple spots on the floor you should be able to make some baskets from. So applying sound logic and reasoning to put yourself in a position to get the type of things that you want out of women or out of dating makes sense from a male perspective. So the whole double standard thing is really blown out of proportion and inaccurate in a lot of in a lot of different ways when you see the way that women apply it. Another big one is a woman, well, the belief that a man, well, I don't really know. It's I get asked this by lots of women, and they don't seem to be able to differentiate between the two things. They seem to believe that a man liking a picture of a woman with her in her panties or a sexy picture or whatever, they don't seem to understand how a man can like a picture like that but not want his woman posting herself in her panties and shit on her timeline. And so for me, it's like, man, those are two drastically different things. A man saying something that he finds attractive or that turns him on, that does not mean that he wants to be with that woman. That does not mean that he wishes his woman was doing those things. That means he likes what he sees. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be more complex than that? Why can't he just like what he saw on the picture? Why does it have to have some additional meaning to it? And it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But that's the meaning that they apply to it. And so they can't. They call them. It's so hypocritical for men to double tap a picture if they don't want their girl doing it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not the same thing. Hypocritical would be double tap. You know, saying he think it's fucked up for people to like pictures of women and him being the one liking pictures of women. That's hypocritical. Him being on social media liking a picture of something he likes is what the fuck social media is for. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why they let us double tap. That's why they make the heart shit show up. So you can see when somebody liked your shit. You know what I mean? And so if he I don't understand how that correlation gets placed on, oh, you liked her picture, so let me post my ass on here so my male followers can like my picture. Like that is the twisted ass female logic. I don't really know what else to call it. It's female logic. It don't make much sense. It's not the same thing as a man. Like, if he was posting dick pics on his page and telling you he didn't want you to post pictures of yourself on your page, that could be called hypocritical. But simply liking somebody or following somebody that twerk or whatnot don't mean that he want his woman twerking for her male followers. Men following those type of women and liking their pictures does not mean that they want to marry those women or be with those women. I do not understand how women cannot understand that a man can look at thousands of women and want to fuck all of them and have no bearing on who he loves or cares about or wants to build a life with. It's called fantasy. It's called thinking about, would you fuck her, yay or nay? It's not as complicated as y'all seem to make it out to be. So those are the type of things that get called double standards and called, like, I don't know, man. It's like, man, y'all can Google some of these definitions. I'm not the only person that can access these definitions and screenshot them. These words have actual meanings, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be that hard to actually apply it to real life. Why she care what he liking on social media? That's the point that I make. The only way that you can even know what a person is liking on social media is to go out of your way to track it, to be stalking what they're doing. And the only person that really gives a fuck what he's liking or who he's following is the women that are writing me. And that's exactly what I tell them. It's so disrespectful for him to be on her page and follow her. Like, you the only motherfucker that care who he follow. You are the only person on this page monitoring who he followed and all that type of shit. But they don't want to be called insecure. They want that to be labeled as something else. But that's ultimately what it is. I mean, and that's dumb too. You know, I had to tell a woman the other day. She was talking about her man following chicks and whatnot. I was like, you're not going to be able to censor your man, what your man looks at. I said, okay, so you delete his whole Instagram page. He can't go to his Safari. He can't go to Google and type in bubble booties and then click images or videos and see the exact same shit. Silence. She didn't have anything to say. Exactly. So you unfollow her. Okay. He can't just type her name in Google and have all of her fucking pictures pop up. Genius. Since you got the life hack on how to not get your man to look at other women or some shit. Like it's dumb when you break down how simplistic or how easy it is for a man to look at whatever the fuck he want to look at. So the women that feel like they can censor their man and they can treat him like he's not your child. You can go put parental control. You never see spousal control options on a fucking device, do you? That's a clue that you can't control your man. You can't control your woman. You can't control what they like. You can't control what they listen to. So why try? Why try? Like, why focus on doing something that you'll never be able to do? And especially like when people ask me about it, like, what would you do if your wife was looking at men all day, or if she was looking at dicks all day? Enjoy the juicy, wet, marinated pussy that she's gonna bring home. That's what I would do. I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would reap the benefits of my wife looking at Morris Chestnut or whoever else get her clit throbbing. I'm not finna be upset about it. I'm not finna get jealous about it. I'm finna enjoy it and take advantage of it. So, hey, if your man is sitting next to you and he's scrolling his timeline and something makes his dick hard, oh no, your marriage is over with. That's the worst thing ever. That's what a dumbass would think. A smart woman will notice that dick print and enjoy it. See the difference? So that's the way I feel about it. I think that's shit that people trip over that don't make no fucking sense. But if you want to spend your time trying to control and censor and limit and try to cheat proof your relationship and do all these things, if you think that's the way to deal with your insecurities, go right ahead. Go right ahead. That just shows how different our logic is set up. I focus on enjoying situations, and even if I didn't get to create the situation, I'll try to benefit if possible. I could not care less. So if my wife, I don't care if she had bookmark. If she had, actually, I would love for my wife to do that, honestly. If she had like bookmarks or shit that she looked at every day at her desk that made her horny and made her horny every single day, I'd be thrilled. I'd be trying to Google shit for her to look at. Hey, I sent you some links, babe. Look at this on your lunch break. That's what I would be that's the type of shit that I would do. But I guess that just makes too much sense. That's too logical, right? That's too. It'd be much better if I had a 3-hour argument with her over it, right? Right. I should argue with her, go through her phone in the middle of the night, and make sure she didn't go look at it. Like that's what I should do, right? Oh man. Just simple stuff, man. Relationships are a lot easier than y'all make it. So I just wanted to break down the difference between what hypocrisy really was and what double standards really are, so that y'all can start applying these terms accurately. So hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully y'all were entertained. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I will catch up with y'all next time. It's been Terry the Rhyme. Have a good one. Peace from there.